Yep, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Alex Show. It's me, your host, Just Alex, aka favorite community college dropout with opinions. How y'all doing today, man? You doing good, looking good, smelling good? Hope you feeling good. Let's see. It's Thursday. I've been in a swing of, when I actually recorded anyway, been in the swing of getting these things out on time. You know what I'm saying? I had a good burst of energy the last 2 weeks, last week and this week with you know what I'm saying, actually sitting down and doing this shit. Mainly because there's been a lot of things going on as far as, you know what I'm saying, topics to pull from. On weeks when there's not a lot of topics to pull from, especially seeing that I come in and do this shit by myself, it's like, fam, this shit is kind of draining because I can find some shit to talk about or just get on here and rant about. But to me, I don't feel like that makes for the best episode. So I try not to do that as much. But again, when it's a decent amount of things that's going on on the interwebs, on Soldier Boy's internet, it makes it very easy for me to come in and sit down and talk to y'all and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But there are a couple of topics that I didn't get to hit on last week because number one, that podcast was long as fuck. I did not intend for that shit to be, was it, like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that. Did not intend for that shit to happen. But other than that, I feel like I talked about Dreamville for like an hour. I think that's what took up the majority of the episode. I talked about Dreamville for like an hour. I contemplated putting this shit out in two parts, because it was just again extremely longer than usual. I usually do about an hour. Sometimes I go about an hour 15. Sometimes right at an hour and 30. But even that was what 40 almost, yeah, almost 40 minutes past that. So it's like, man, fuck is you got going on, big dog? But yeah, we here. Like I said, I got a couple topics from that I didn't get to touch on. It's kind of old at this point, but also some that was old, but they have updated due to some things that came out this week. But of course, we're gonna get to that later. Again, I hope you had a good week so far. I hope you got some good weekend lined up. It's the first weekend. Well, yeah, it's one of the first weekends where it's actually warm weather outside. You know what I'm saying? We've had like the false springs or whatever, where it be 75, 80 degrees one day, then it jump right back down to 30, 40 degrees the next day, and fucking wind and snowing and all this. Well, not really snowing, but snow flurries at least. But yeah, I believe this is gonna be the first weekend where it's actually warm outside. You know what I'm saying? So hope y'all got some good plans lined up. It's also happy 420 to the smokers out there. Today is 420, so happy 420 to the smokers. Um, but yeah, I believe that's is it Earth Day this week? I think Earth Day is like Friday or Saturday. So happy early Earth Day too. Whatever the fuck that means. I that's one. That's one of them holidays that's on the calendar. It's like, fam, what the fuck is this really? But anyhow, we're going to go ahead and get into these topics. Of course, we're going to start out like I try to do all the time. We're going to start out with some black excellence. And we're going to shout out and congratulate Jalen Hurts, the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. He just signed a $255 million contract. I think it was $255 million for 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. But he is now the highest paid NFL player in history. And I'm looking right now to see if it was five. I want to say it was 5 years. I don't think it was. Let me see. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback, man. What T.O. say? That's my quarterback, man. And of course, in the Just Alex Show fashion, as soon as I go to pull up some shit on some topics, my signal is spotty as usual. So like I said, off the top of my head, I want to say it was 5 years. Let me see, it is right here. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts agreed to terms on a 5-year, $255 million contract extension that makes him the highest NFL player, the highest player in NFL history. Sources tell me. Yeah, and then let me see. Did the deal. He also has a black woman um um agent who I was seeing earlier when this story came out. I was seeing that she reached out to him. I think when he was in college or he was about to enter the draft or whatever, and she reached out to him via DM and was like, "Hey, my nigga, you got an agent yet?" And he was like, "Nah." She was like, "Yeah, let me do that for you." And so now they've negotiated the again highest paid, the highest paying NFL deal. Let me see this. It includes 179.3 million dollars of it is guaranteed, and he has no trade clause. So shit, god damn, that is ridiculous, my nigga. So yeah, shout out to Jalen Hurts, shout out to Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking home last year, but we damn sure got a chance to get run it back this year. So we gonna see. We gonna see where that takes us. But yeah, definitely shout out to Jalen Hurts and his team and whatnot. But on from that, of course we gotta get into some bullshit now. So over I think it was over the weekend or the tail end of last week anyway. Cenant, of course I got on here and talked about him a few times. That's the streamer that's on Twitch. Young nigga that's from New York, I believe. He recently got banned on Twitch for I don't know what, to be honest with you, because I seen something that was saying it was because of a video game that he was playing or something. Because if you don't know, you can get on Twitch and you can stream. You can stream yourself playing video games or just doing interviews, podcast interviews, or just really doing whatever you want to do. So apparently, from what I've seen, he was on the stream and he was playing a video game that supposedly had some type of violence that violated one of their guidelines or whatever the case may be, and they banned him. I want to say they banned him indefinitely. I know he's gotten banned before, but they were more so temporary bans or just kind of like a timeout situation, like you can't stream for a week or a couple of days or something like that. But this time I want to say it was they like banned his account, they like deleted his account type shit. So there was a bit of controversy behind that because of course I talked about when he was doing his subathon where he was on live stream for 30 days straight. After doing that, he reached whatever milestone he reached, which was I think 200,000 subscribers, which was the most in Twitch history or whatever. So after doing that, and Twitch decided they was gonna recognize him and show their appreciation to him for being the first YouTuber in history to reach that many subs. Like I said, I think it was 200,000, but I could be wrong. But either way, they just Twitch decided to recognize him for that and show their condolences, or not really condolences, but their congratulations for that. And they sent him some bedazzled Air Force Ones, my nigga. And I'm sure you can get on any social media or just Google Cenant Twitch shoes, and you'll see them. It's really just some bedazzled bullshit. And it's kind of like, fam, again, I know I talked about all the subscribers, what the subscribers on Twitch mean. You got to pay. I want to say the tiers are $5, $10, and $15. So just at the bare minimum, his shit is like $1.5 million a month or something like that, if I remember correctly. Let me see. You can do the math real quick. It was 200,000 times. Let's just do 5. That's $1 million. Okay, at the very least $1 million a month. So he's making $1 million a month just off of if these motherfuckers, if all these people got like the bare minimum subscription or whatever. So of course, out of that $1 million a month, of course Twitch gets part of his subscriptions. Number one. Number two, they also run ads on his stream. So when you get on Twitch, you don't have to be subscribed to somebody to watch whatever they're doing. The only reason you would subscribe to somebody is to avoid watching the basically avoid watching the ads. So you could watch his stream for free, but it would be with the ad breaks. And of course, if something is live like that, the ad's gonna play whenever the ad's gonna play, so you might miss something that's going on with his show. So that's the perks of subscribing, basically. So in doing his subathon or whatever, when he was streaming for the 30 days straight, I want to say he made, and this is allegedly, I don't know if any of this shit is true or not, but allegedly he made Twitch upwards of like $100 million, something like that, something crazy. And him himself, I can't remember how much he took home from that. I want to say it was maybe 3 million, I believe I seen. Again, I don't know, this all this shit is alleged. I don't know any facts behind this shit. But yeah, so basically he made Twitch a shitload of money, and he got little to nothing compared to what they made off of him. And for him to have had that record breaking subscriber count and to do that 30-day stream, which I don't know anything about any other streamers or whatnot, but I'm gonna assume that is not the norm when it comes to subathon. I know I've seen people that's have done like a week or like 48 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, something like that. But to my knowledge, nobody has done that shit for a fucking month. Again, I could be wrong. I just be paying attention to this young nigga because he was out here winning. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So, of course, he made Twitch all that money from their ads and whatnot that they run through his shit. And they sent him a pair of fucking shoes, my nigga. And when I say it was just some bedazzled bullshit, that's exactly what the fuck it was. So Kai got the package of the shoes while he was streaming, or he at least opened them while he was streaming. And in doing so, he kind of laughed at the shoes because, again, it's just like I said, some bedazzled bullshit that somebody put together. And let me not say bullshit, because I did actually see the other day, I seen a TikTok of the artist who actually made them. And I don't want to shit on the artist who actually made them, because who knows what direction they was told to follow. Who knows, you know what I'm saying? Twitch might have told them to put some bedazzled shit on there. So I'm not gonna shit on the person who made them. I'm gonna just say it wasn't up to par, my nigga. Like, if I'd have made y'all $100 million and y'all send me some fucking Air Force Ones, Jordan ones, whatever the fuck they was, nigga, what type of smack in the face is that? Y'all gonna send me some $120, $130 pair of shoes? Like, all right, my nigga, what the fuck is we really doing here, dog? But in doing it, like I was saying, in opening, doing the unboxing or whatever of the shoes, Kyle was kind of making fun of him, out basically in the same way that I kind of was. And shortly after that kind of went viral. That he kind of laughed and like played it off just on some, you know what I'm saying, he was appreciative of it, of the recognition at least, but also it was like the way that the shoes look, and then the gesture of these being some fucking bullshit ass shoes. Like, my nigga, like, all right, fam, this I made y'all all this money, this what the fuck y'all gonna give me? All right, cool. So then shortly after that, there's this other streamer site very similar to Twitch, which is called Kick. So it's Kick. I said Kik like the app from a long ass time ago. I wanted motherfuckers still be using that app. But anyway, there's another streaming service called Kick. And so Kick basically sends Kai a pair of their own shoes. But of course, Kai's never streamed. To my knowledge, Kai's never streamed over there. So following, and also let me say, Kai also opened the shoes that Kick sent him while he was on live stream on his Twitch channel. So following, the unboxing of the Twitch shoes that he kind of shitting on, the unboxing of the Kick shoes they were I want to say them was like some ones too, some ones or some forces. I can't really remember, but they looked a little bit better, and also it was Kick recognizing him, just his talent, because again, to my knowledge, he's never streamed over there, so it was kind of like a good look, a good favor kind of thing. Um, and he didn't really shit on he didn't really shit on the Twitch shoes the way he didn't really shit on the Kick shoes the way he shitted on the Twitch shoes. So following that, again, the unboxing of both pair of shoes, and then the what was it, the role playing game or whatever game he was playing while he was on stream that they said violated their community guidelines, Twitch banned him. So now that's where we at. And for the past 3 or 4 days or so, I have seen nothing but alleged stories and people just popping up saying that they've heard that Kai now has some type of deal with the streaming service Kick that is in the works. And I seen a video of Academics talking earlier, and he know the little nigga a little bit, so he might have some insider information. Who the fuck knows? Again, all this shit is alleged, but according to DJ Academics, this nigga Kai is potentially looking at excuse me, he's potentially looking at I want to say it was $500 million deal to stream exclusively on Kick. So, fam, I mean, you got to go where you appreciate it, my nigga. I don't know. These numbers is alleged. Who the fuck knows what the actual number is? But I mean, if you can, the value that you bring over to somebody like Twitch, who is already a well known and popular app, if you can do even half of that for this seemingly new or not as well known streaming service that is Kick, my nigga, you basically gonna jumpstart our fucking notoriety in this shit. And you being the star that you are, it's like, hey, my nigga, we'll throw you a bag. Just come over here and exclusively do this shit for X amount of years, and we can rock out from there. So, me personally, I hope the little nigga get the shit, because that's some fucked up shit, because it's really seeming like Twitch done some petty shit, because it's kind of like he has the star power that he has and has the fan base that he has, and he built that platform up to a certain extent, especially in the recent years anyway. It's been like, in the recent years, it's been Cenant, DJ Academics, what's the white boy's name? Aiden Ross. The niggas that Cenant be on Twitch with, they whole little crew or whatever. They've, in my word anyway, been the only motherfuckers that's really been pushing this Twitch shit. And I want to say Academics just announced that he has an exclusive streaming deal with some other company. I can't remember what the name of that one is right now. And then I want to say Aiden Ross is over on Kick as well. I could be wrong, because I believe Aiden Ross left Twitch maybe a couple months or so ago. But regardless, if these motherfuckers see a value in you and they willing to throw, you know what I'm saying, some money at you like that, money, hey, you gotta. I feel like, and I hope the nigga get a chance to go over there and really get some money, because these motherfuckers on Twitch is really playing with him. And that's also not the first time that he's been banned. Well, this is the first time his page has been deleted, I believe. But there's been other times where he was like I said earlier, put in like basically time out where he couldn't stream for X amount of days or whatever, for just little dumb bullshit reasons. So, you know, again, shout out to the nigga Kai. I hope everything works out for him, and I hope you get that deal, little nigga. I really do. I really do hope you get that shit. But let's see. Moving on from that. Do I want to talk? Yeah, this is one I meant to talk about last week. So, it came out this has been a couple weeks ago actually. The woman who was there when Offset, I'm sorry, not Offset, when Takeoff was killed that night in Houston, she recently came out and said that she is now in debt. Well, not really in debt, but she now owes over $200,000 in medical bills. And this is, I kind of didn't know this. I knew it was other people there, but I didn't know that somebody else got. Well, yes, I did. They did. I do remember them mentioning that somebody else was shot, but I didn't know to what extent. So apparently, this young lady was shot, I believe, in the head. And I'm going to read this now. Story via TMZ. Sydney Lede, a woman who claims she too was injured in a bullet flying the day Takeoff was killed, has been on a long road to recovery. One that she says has racked up a 6-figure bill. The 24-year-old spoke to the Shade Room on her lingering traumas and revealed she owes over $200,000 to the hospital where she stayed for a week after slipping into a coma. Damn, I did not know. And it's crazy because, like I said, I do remember them saying that other people got shot, but I didn't know the shit was this serious. Let me see, where was I at? Sydney was left with a bald spot. So yeah, she was shot in the head. Sydney was left with a bald spot where the shot in her head, and now attends therapy sessions to treat her PTSD, admitting loud events like New Year's Eve are triggers. She called the November 1st shooting senseless and says the other witnesses are still traumatized all the same. Houston police arrested a man. Okay, Patrick Clark. Yeah, so yeah, she has $200,000 medical bill now after I didn't see that part at first. She slipped into a coma. And fam, that shit is just nuts to me because you're a victim of a crime like that and you still have to pay the fucking medical bill, dog. Like that shit is fucking wild, after they have the guy in custody who allegedly did it anyway. I don't know. I don't think he's been convicted of shit yet. So they have the person who actually did it or allegedly did it in custody, and I still got to pay this fucking medical bill, bro. Like, America is a fucking scam, dog. This shit is ridiculous. But prayers to that young lady, her family and friends, because there's got to be some shit to go through. I mean, fuck the medical bill, my nigga. You got shot in the head. You had to be there, you know what I'm saying, to witness that shit and to have to deal with that shit in the aftermath. I can't fucking imagine. So again, prayers and condolences to her. And the way you niggas like to start GoFundMe, hopefully somebody can get a GoFundMe going and take care of this shit from her. Cause the fact that she got to pay for that shit, it's fucking crazy, my nigga. So you mean to tell me, motherfucker, I got hit in the head. I wasn't even the target of this shit. Takeoff wasn't either. Allegedly. Again, we don't really know the story. I don't think everything has came out. But I'm not even a target of this shit. I'm just a motherfucker that's standing by, and I get hit in the head, grazed in the head, whatever the case may be, and I still got to worry about who going to front this medical bill at the end of the day. Like, fam, this shit is nuts. All this shit is a scam. But speaking of scams, I got to talk about this AI shit. I know I've been talking about it for the last couple episodes or so, but the shit is really getting out of hand, bro, because right now, there's a scam going on where people are using the AI software to mimic people's voices, and they're trying to target people's families, basically. So they're getting the voice of somebody and then targeting people in their phone. I don't how they are. Well, I guess I guess they can. I guess it wouldn't be that hard to figure out who's your mom or your grandma or aunt or somebody like that. But they're basically getting the voice of somebody and then calling their loved ones, friends, family, or whoever, and pretending to be them, playing them some type of message saying that they're in some type of trouble or they've been in an accident and they need money to be transferred to them or a check to be wrote to them or something like that. So Yeah, just please be aware of that shit, because I've seen actually a couple videos on people talking about that shit where they have their it's usually older people, because I guess younger people just don't not falling for that shit, but it's usually older people that they're getting, and they're getting them to write them these massive checks and whatnot, and then come to find out, they call whomever the person is that they claim to be or they were pretending to be, and they have no idea what's going on. So yeah, shit is fucking nuts out here. I'm trying to get one of these fucking videos to play, but again, my fucking not even my Wi-Fi. I wish I was on some fucking Wi-Fi. My internet, my service is not wanting to cooperate with me right now. So I might have to move on from that. But also, hold on, give me 1 second, because I know good and one of these shits is finna play, dog. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way. Here it is right here.
My daughter's voice, and it says "Mom," and she's sobbing. And as what? I pick up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice, and it says "Mom," and she's sobbing. And as what happened? And she's like, "Mom, I messed up," and she's sobbing and crying. And then I hear a man's voice say, "Put your head back, lie down." And then I'm like, wait, what's going on? And this man gets on the phone and he's like, "Listen here, I've got your daughter. This is how it's gonna go down. You call the police, you call anybody. I'm gonna pop her stomach so full of drugs, I'm gonna have my way with her and I'll drop her off in Mexico." And at that moment, I just start shaking. I'm like, what? In the background, she's going, "Help me, Mom, please, help me," and bawling.
And you have absolutely no doubt in your mind that that was her voice?
Oh, 100% her voice, 100% her voice. It was never a question of, who is this? Or it was completely her voice. It was her inflection. It was the way she would have cried. I never doubted for 1 second it was her. I was like, that I don't have $1 million. I'm like, fine, whatever, just don't hurt my daughter. Then he wants $50,000. She was upstairs in her room going, what? What's going on? I pick up the phone.
So yeah, that was just one of the stories. I'm gonna see what this other one will load real quick, because it was about 3 or 4 of them that I had seen. But I'm gonna just play that one and one.
This is crazy. It doesn't take much of a voice sample to pull this scam off. This is so frightening to hear.
It really is. This truly terrified this mother.
I believe this is the same. This is from the same one that I just played. So
see how the scammers are now using
how scammers are taking advantage of AI. It's no secret that AI has gotten really good over the last couple years, and scammers are already taking advantage of that fact. For starters, they're using programs like ChatGPT to rewrite their notoriously bad scam emails. So things like broken.
Okay, so this is kind of part of the same thing, but this is more so of other scams that they're doing too. So I'm just let this one play, and then we can move on.
English and constant misspellings that are the hallmark of a scam email are slowly going to start to disappear. But the scariest thing that scammers are doing right now is using voice cloning technology that allows them to impersonate you and your loved ones. All they need is just a few seconds of your audio to clone your voice. So they can grab that from a social media post that you made publicly online, or by calling you and recording when you pick up.
And if you're wondering just how good the AI cloning is, well, you're listening to it right now.
Things have gotten so bad recently that the Federal Trade Commission has had to make an announcement letting Americans know how bad this scam is getting. As AI continues to get better and better, so will the scams. So make sure to follow us for more so that you can keep yourself.
Yeah, fam. So this shit is really getting out of hand, because again, I know y'all probably not, most of y'all not gonna watch the YouTube video or whatnot, but when he said you're listening to it right now, he completely stopped talking in the video, and you could it was just the AI doing the shit. So again, especially to somebody who frequently posts on social media, who somebody like me does a podcast, somebody who does music, anything like that, and of course I came in and talked about the different songs and whatnot that people is redoing with the AI, which is something I'm finna talk about in just a second. But it's really scary, because motherfuckers got, like, I'm pretty sure I done said every word in the book that somebody needs to clone my voice and get my voice saying whatever they need to say to whomever. So That's just something to be aware of. If you get a call from, excuse me, if you get a call from somebody that, if you get a call from a number that you don't know, and it's a voice of somebody that you know, be just be mindful of it's some shit going on out here. It might sound exactly like them, and it could still be some shit. So definitely, if motherfuckers start asking for money, then well, of course, some motherfuckers only call you when they need some money. But I mean, that's just gonna be what it is. But when it comes to a absurd amount of money or something like that, or motherfuckers talking about they done been kidnapped or something like that, just try and make sure it's really who it's supposed to be on the other end of the line. But anyway, like I said, back to the AI and the music shit. So I'm sure most of y'all have heard. If y'all listen to any other podcast, everybody's been talking about this shit because this shit is really getting out of control now. Recently, well, over the weekend, there was a user by the name of Ghostwriter977. He put out a 100% AI generated song that was Drake featuring The Weeknd, and it was supposedly over a Metro Boomin beat. Now I'm about to play this shit. Hang on, maybe I'm finna play this shit, but I'm finna play this shit, and I want y'all to listen to this shit. To me, I'm not gonna hold you. The shit sound hard. Of course, it's not mixed properly. It's not mixed and mastered properly, so it sounds like a rough draft or something. But you can clearly hear the direction in which the shit is going. So again, I'm finna play this shit, and yeah, I'm gonna play this shit. Then I'm gonna talk about it afterwards. So let's see. Please, okay, you started over. Let me just listen to this shit, man. I feel like this shit is hard as fuck, but I just want y'all to hear this shit.
Like Selena, the flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever ain't left. She know what she need, or she blessed. Giving my best. Yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that? 21, I love him, then my brother, that's my stat. Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap. Yeah, it's gon' slap. Time run it back.
Now. Real quick. The lyrics ain't really shit. I'll give you that. The lyrics ain't really shit. He ain't really talking about nothing. But also, it has the same cadence as Drake rap. The same cadence as Drake raps in, especially when he get in like, oh shit, let me mute that. But it has the same cadence that Drake has, especially when he gets into his 21 Savage bag, which is the last album, of course. And it just has, of course, it has the Metro Boomin tag, but it also has that bounce that's very popular right now. And this shit, I'm assuming that the producer made this beat. The beat is not that bad to me. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the number one, the piano, and just how it sounds. But of course, that's just the lo-fi of it. Again, not being mixed and mastered. But I'm gonna play it some more. And let the Weeknd get his shit off. To me personally, the Weeknd's verse is the better part of it, but I'm gonna just let it play and then come back again and talk about it.
Hard, kick her to the curb. All I know is you couldn't have the world. Had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check. Like Selena, baby, on my cheating, baby, yeah. She taking a Lambo for a drive, it's in my fancy door. And she way out the store. I got my heart on my sleeve with the city on my back, ain't no cap. Say she from Toronto, but can't find it on the map. That's on me, I put it in the past.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but it sounds close enough. And this is just to remind you, we're still in the beginning stage of this shit. Like, this shit really just started up earlier this year. So this is just the beginning stage of this shit. Once motherfuckers get this shit down packed, really, This shit is gonna be a fucking rap. This shit is so bad to the point where I want to say Universal put out a statement, or allegedly Universal put out something saying that they are trying to, or they want streaming services to block people who run these AI programs or apps or whatever. They want them to be blocked from having access to the catalogs that they own. So basically, of course, with the AI shit, how it works, they basically go in and collect data from all the songs that the artist has in their catalog, which is, of course, on the streaming sites and everything like that. And they use, they use all the artist catalog, all the words that they've ever said, all the beats that they've ever rapped over or made or sung over, or lyrics that they ever said, whatever they need, and they basically compile everything together, and that's how they, number one, get the how their voice sounds in different inflections and everything like that, how it sounds on different beats and shit like that, but also just what they rap about. Now, this could be a case where the person who what's the guy's name? Ghostwriter 977. Yeah, it could be a case where he actually wrote all the lyrics and just plugged it in as Drake's voice, Drake and the Weeknd's voice. Or, and I know I got on here talking about this a couple episodes ago, there are AI apps or AI programs out there that will actually write the lyrics for you. So you can literally go on these shits and type in, give me a Drake featuring the Weeknd song that sounds like whatever, and it'll configure a whole song of how Drake and the Weeknd would collab on a song on a certain type of beat and spit the shit out in a couple seconds, my nigga. The shit is fucking wild, bro. But like I was saying, allegedly the shit came out that Universal is trying to block their access to shit like that, because it comes to a point where it's kind of like, what can be done about this shit? Because to my knowledge, and I could be wrong because I don't really know how because some of these niggas is in some fuck deals and some whole other 360 type shit, but it comes to a point to where with this music shit in general, it's like, if I wrote these lyrics, or if I wrote these lyrics, or if I plugged these lyrics into something and this came out, and I'm using this beat that I may have paid for, or I may have made myself, or the AI may have made. Either way, I'm plugging information into a computer and getting this out, and now I'm making this a song. To me, I don't really know, and I'm very curious to know, what can the record labels do about this shit? Because technically, this is all original work. If you do it right, this is technically all original work. So it really comes down to who owns the voice. Like, who owns, in this instance, who owns Drake's voice, who owns the Weeknd's voice, and so on and so forth. Because again, as long as the shit is done on an original beat, so there are no samples or nothing like that you got to pull from or clear, there are no writer credits to be given out. If you wrote the lyrics, or if you typed in whatever you typed in to the AI program and it spat the lyrics out, nobody, well, I guess somebody, which would be the AI, but no human technically wrote this verse, or at the very least, the Drake and the Weeknd didn't write this verse. So yes, it sounds like them, and you can make the argument that it actually is them, because again, you can't replicate their voice without having access to a bunch of different examples of their voice. But again, who owns their voice? It really comes down to who owns their voice. Which leads me to also wonder, how I don't even know I don't even know how to ask what I'm trying to think of, what I'm thinking about right now. But how or is it possible to copyright or trademark your voice at all? And this is the crazy shit about this AI shit, because that's almost, or that's really the word that we're finna have to go in, because they're also doing AI generated models now. So there have been a couple different like swimsuits and just clothing brand, high end clothing brands or whatever. They are creating AI models to model all their clothing. So now that goes into who owns your face and but that really comes down to your likeness at that point, because I think anyway, I don't even fucking know. I don't even know how the likeness shit works. I guess it would depend on the person's individual contracts when it comes to being an artist and things like that, because I don't know if your likeness stops at your name or things in likeness to your name, or if it's things in likeness to you as a person. Because if it stops at your name, then let me see. If it were to stop at your name, then it's only things that's in your name. Like, this is the Just Alex show. So anything, if I was to sign some type of deal and somebody owned my likeness, then they would own the likeness of Just Alex and the Just Alex show. So anything that I did that was under the umbrella of Just Alex or the Just Alex show, any type of spinoffs or any type of other shows, say I turn this into the Just Alex network. So anything under the Just Alex network, they would technically own, because they own the likeness of Just Alex and they own the likeness of that name, basically. So anything attached to that name, they will own and make profit off of. But does that stop at your face and your voice? Because what if I change my name? What if I change my artist name? And then I dropped the Just Alex and I just went by Alex. Now, or I went by Alex Just. Now, does my deal over there block me from using my voice or my face to do something else? You know what I'm saying? Like that. This shit is we're really getting into some tricky territory with this shit, because again, depending on how your deal is structured or how anything is structured, really, it's like, fam, what the fuck is finna be what? This shit is finna really get crazy out here, because of course there's also the whole thing about photographers owning a picture of you. A photographer can take a picture of you, and even if you hired them to take the picture of you, it's technically still their picture. So just recently, there's been the woman who took the pictures of Cameron in his pink outfit or whatever, his pink coat and pink hat, while he was on the cell phone. That the iconic picture of Cameron. She's suing him because Cameron basically put that picture on everything. He done made shirts with that shit. It's been I think it was a single cover or something like that. But it's a very popular picture. And again, he's been selling merch and attaching it to different brands and things like that. But she's the artist who's a photographer who actually took that picture. So that picture is hers. Even though it's a picture of him, it's still her picture because she took the picture. And I really don't understand how this shit works. Especially if it's a case where I hired you to take these pictures of me. I feel like I should own these pictures now. But even with that, it's like the work for hire shit, which I really don't understand. I really don't understand this shit. I'm just very curious to see how this shit is moving forward, because they can fucking, and of course these AI generated models I was just talking about earlier, they don't really look human yet. But again, we are still in the beginning stage of this shit. So once they actually figure out this shit and how to really put this shit together, it's gonna get wicked, my nigga. Because then they're gonna be able to manipulate and create a whole scenario and situation of your face, your body, and with whomever they want, and also have your voice too. Like, this shit is finna get wicked, my nigga. So this shit, I'm just very, very curious and very interested in the laws and things that come behind this shit, because it's gonna have to be something, especially for, you know what I'm saying, somebody who uses their voice, like a singer, rapper, somebody who's in, you know, radio or just audio, any type of audio entertainment, anything. They literally use their voice to make money. They literally use their voice and face to make money. So at some point there has to be laws against this shit. It's just, again, it hasn't come yet, but it's definitely gonna have to come, because this shit is getting crazy. And actually, that was the one from the weekend that it got popular, but there was another one that I seen earlier today. That shit is fucking wild, because every time you hear one, when you see another one that comes out, it gets better and better as far as actually sounding like whoever it's supposed to be. But I can't find the other one right now because my phone is being fucking stupid again. Let me see. Is this it right here? Hang on. Give me 1 second. Come on, bruh. No, that's the one I just played. Where's the other one at? Where is the other one at? It was one that just came out. It was like maybe this was maybe a couple hours ago, bruh. Come on and play so I can move on from this shit. Cause I feel like I done spent way too much time talking about this shit. Yeah, I don't think this shit is gonna play. Yeah, it's not fucking low. Oh, that's not it. It's another one. It's another original song that somebody put out, but of course I can't find the shit right now. Fuck. It was actually good too. I ain't gonna hold you. This shit was actually good. Let's see. I'm gonna give this. Come on, bruh. Fuck Verizon, my nigga. Is this it right here? No.
Big face, hundreds on the table, nigga, run it up. All that money coming in, but still that shit is not enough. Hustling the grind, nigga, every day we turning up. I just want it all, cause the nigga used to hug it, bro. Big face, hundreds on the table, nigga, run it up. All that money coming in, but still that shit is not enough. Hustling the grind, nigga, every day we turning up. I just want it all, cause the nigga used to hug it, bro. I'ma hold it down with my city on my back.
This right here says 7 hours ago, so this was just posted today.
When you see me on the track, they don't wanna see me go in, cause the nigga really step.
So yeah, stop. So yeah, again, the shit is not mixed, it's not mastered, and also in him rapping, when he gets to certain words, you can still hear, you know, the almost the mechanical or the just, I don't know what the speech is kind of off a little bit. But again, like I said before, we in the beginning stage of this shit. So once they figure out how to make the words flow in a normal human way of talking or singing or rapping or whatever, shit gonna get fucking spooky, my nigga. So again, I'm just very interested to see where this shit goes from there. But let's see. Speaking of scams, staying on scams, the Fire Festival 2 is in the works again. Well, is in the works. So of course the Fiery Festival was the festival that never was, really. So it was the big festival was supposed to be taking place somewhere on the island. I can't remember what the fuck island it was on. I'm going off the top of my head because I'm not finna keep looking up this shit because my phone's not loading right now. But The Fiery Festival was supposed to take place somewhere on the island. They sold a bunch of tickets. I think the shit sold out, but they sold a bunch of tickets, had a bunch of motherfuckers out in the middle of nowhere on this island. And basically it was a fucking scam. So when the people got there, they were supposed to be staying in these like resort type hotels, and then they got out there and had them staying in fucking tents and shit. They was feeding them bologna sandwiches and Lay's potato chips and fucking the school lunch Ziploc bags and shit like that. And of course, I'm not gonna say a bunch of people, but it was a handful of people that went to jail behind the shit. Ja Rule was attached to it, and yeah. So this shit, and I forget when the original shit actually happened, but the guy has served his time, however much time he got. I don't even remember how much time he got for this shit, but the guy has served his time. He's out. He's a free man, and he finna run the shit back again. And I just want to know how many of you motherfuckers is dumb enough to fall for this shit again, bro, because ain't no way in the hell that I'm finna fall for this shit a fucking again. You done already proved yourself to be a scammer. They got, it's what, 2 Hulu documentaries about this shit. There's 1 Netflix documentary about this shit. If you niggas fall for this shit again, dog, y'all deserve whatever the fuck y'all get, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all deserve to end up in fucking Poop the Con or some goddamn where in a fucking tent on the beach or something. How dumb can you be to fall for this shit twice, bro? But I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be some shit if you actually pull this shit off. It's gonna be like the Lovers and Friends shit, because I just knew that shit was gonna be fake, because they was advertising that shit for a good. I feel like that Lovers and Friends shit, they was advertising that shit for about 3 years before that shit actually happened. And that shit was that flyer was just floating around with all them names on it before that shit actually happened. But they actually pulled that shit off. And if I'm not mistaken, they supposed to be doing that shit too this summer sometimes. I want to say I came in here and talked about that when I seen it, but I believe they supposed to be doing that too. But of course, that one actually happened. They just had I think the way the show was set up was like the acts came out and did maybe like 3 or 4 minutes or so, because that lineup was fucking ridiculous, my nigga. That shit had everybody on there from Ashanti, Sean Paul, Flo Rida, T-Pain, Usher, Chris Brown, Ella Mai, I think SZA, Janae Aiko, Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill might have been last year, but still. The Locks, Missy Elliott, I think I already said Usher, I already said Chris Brown. It was a shitload of people on there. But again, during the last one, it actually happened, whether, they came out and actually did full sets or whatnot. I seen videos of damn near all the motherfuckers that was on the flyer, on the original flyer that I seen. They was on stage, so they pulled the shit off, however they pulled it off. But hey, this Fiery Festival shit, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell I see people falling for this shit, especially if they do it like last time. They had this shit at a destination where you got to fly out and be stranded for however long. Because I believe motherfuckers went out there and was stranded for a couple of days type shit. Like, that shit was bad. Again, like I said, they had motherfuckers staying in tents and shit, feeding them bullshit sandwiches and bags and shit like that, bro. Shit was ugly. Yeah, I don't feel bad in the slightest bit if you motherfuckers go out there and fall for that shit again, or if you take the chance to fall for this shit the first time. I don't feel bad for you at all. I don't believe this go round that Ja Rule has anything to do with it. So we gonna see. We gonna see, but I'm very interested to see if motherfuckers actually buy tickets for that shit, because that seems stupid as fuck to me. But let's see. Moving on from that. Let's see. Let's go into, since I said something about a doc. Since I said something about a doc a few minutes ago, over what was this, Saturday, I believe, like Saturday afternoon, it was probably like No, it was like Friday afternoon. Friday into Saturday afternoon because I watched the shit in halves or whatever. But I watched the King Von documentary on YouTube. It was let me see if I can pull up who did the shit. It's fairly new, and all you really got to do is search King Von documentary, and it should be the first one that pops up. But it's done by this guy who's seemingly very popular on YouTube for doing things like this. He does different documentaries and whatnot. It's by Trap Lorray Ross. So this was released 8 days ago. He did it's a 3.5 hour documentary on King Von. And my nigga, boy, when I tell boy this, and I'm gonna probably end on this 'cause I'm already at an hour, but how many more? Hang on. How many more topics do I got? Yeah, the rest of these shits can wait. So yeah, I'm probably this and one more. The rest of these shits can wait. Yeah, the rest of these shits can wait. Back to what was I saying? Fuck was I talking? Oh, the King Von shit. So yeah, so 3.5 hour documentary. I think the original one he released was when he originally released it was 4 hours, but it was something in them 30 minutes that he had to cut out because it violated something with YouTube, and YouTube had like banned it until I want to say because I seen him talking about it. I want to say it was he uploaded like maybe pictures or something, or he had to go back and edit some of the shit out, edit some of the clips of people's names or something. I don't fucking know, but I did see somewhere he was talking. Actually, was him or somebody was actually talking about what was cut out and what had to be cut out or whatever. But 3.5 hour documentary about King Von, nigga. When I tell y'all this little motherfucker was this little nigga was different, dog. This little nigga was a demon for real, fam. When I tell you, fam, and it started, the crazy shit is, it started when he was like, the crazy shit started happening when he was like, what? I think 12 or 13 or something like that. He started bringing guns to school just because. Nigga bringing a gun to school just fucking because. At fucking 12, 13, 14, something like that. Like, fucking wild, my nigga. But it just, it's basically a documentary, and not even to spoil the shit, because a whole lot of you can't, if you're familiar with any of his songs, you really can't even spoil the shit, because he's talking about everything that he's done. Shit, everything that he's done, he's talking about in his fucking songs, to the point where detailing everything, my nigga. Like the dude got to talk about the shit to where it was like, this nigga is not even, it's a white dude, so he didn't say nigga, of course, but he got to the point where he was saying that he's not even making up stories to tell in these rap songs. He's literally telling everything that he's done, down to damn near the street that it happened on, the exact time that it happened, and everything, bro. So it was several, damn near every crime that had anything to do with any type of shooting or killing or anything that he was involved with. He put that shit right up on Twitter, bruh. Right up on Twitter, right up on Front Street, and nobody was doing nothing about it. It's the fucking wild part, bruh. Every time this nigga, it was one instance where he was talking about, he heard about a party that was finna be happening in the city. Mind you, this nigga was what, 20? Okay, and rest in peace to the man. I'm not gonna say nothing ill about his passing or whatnot. So rest in peace to the man, first and foremost. But it was this one instance where he heard about a party that was going on in the city, and he was apparently it was either in a neighborhood that somebody he didn't like was there, or he found out that somebody he didn't like was gonna be there. So this nigga gets on Twitter and says something to the effect of, if I was y'all, I wouldn't go to that party tonight. So then, comes time for the party to happen. Say the party's supposed to start at 9 o'clock. Come about 8:45, this nigga, that's when he hops on Twitter and says, if I was y'all, I wouldn't go to that party tonight. So that's 8:45. About 9 o'clock the party starts. About 9:15, there's police reports of a shooting or body found on the scene. At 9:07, this nigga is back on Twitter talking about some damn who died. Or something along the lines of that. Something along the lines of damn who died. Or damn, I heard somebody got shot over there. That's crazy. And like, nobody was doing shit about this shit. Like and that was just one instance. It was several, my nigga, half anything that this nigga didn't rap about that he did, he tweeted about it. Atting the people who he was talking about doing some shit to. In broad fucking daylight on a public Twitter account, my nigga. Nobody was doing nothing. Shit was just happening, bruh. Like, this shit is like the fucking Twilight Zone. This shit is really like a fucking movie, bruh. This shit is like an episode of Power or some shit. This shit is nuts, fam. This shit is nuts. And there was another instance. And then that was just one. And this is just one more. There was another instance he was talking about ain't nobody, it was his prom. So this is when he was, 17, 18 years old. He was saying, he got on Twitter talking about some, nobody better try me tonight in my suit. Something along the lines of, nobody better try me tonight in my suit because it's still up. So then, I want to say they had this one on video. They have a video somewhere from maybe a corner store or something of him shooting at somebody on fucking prom night. And then going back to the prom and continuing the night like nothing fucking happened. Like, fam, dog, I wish I was fucking exaggerating, but this little motherfucker was fucking wild, bro. And again, that prom shit was, like I said, when he was 17, 18 years old. This ain't even the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth thing that he had done and tweeted about and actually caught a body and carried some shit out. Like, fam, this shit, again, the shit started, the nigga was taking guns to school at fucking 12, 13 years old or some shit, bro. Fucking nuts. It got to the point where, oh shit, let me tell you about this shit. It was one instance to where, and this is all allegedly. I don't know none of this shit to be true. So this is all allegedly. Again, rest in peace to King Von. I don't want no type of problems with none of them niggas that's associated to him or try to be like him or nothing like that. Because you little niggas is different. But, fuck was I was finna say. Oh, it was one instance to where it was some girl that was in the rival gang of his who they had been openly trying to kill each other for years type shit, bro. Like they went to school. I want to say they was around about the same age, I believe. So they've been trying to get at each other for years, like I said. So it was at one point, I think him and his friends jumped her. So they jumped her, beat her up or whatever. Got on Twitter, bragged about that shit. Eventually they caught up to each other. She was I believe the story was she was at a party somewhere and she put her location up on Twitter. They would do shit like that. They would drop each other's location for each other to come find each other and shoot up whatever party or block or corner store or wherever that they was that either one of them was standing on. The other one will come shoot the shit up. Somebody would get killed, one of their friends would get killed, or a bystander would get killed or shot or something. And again, they go right back to Twitter talking about the shit. But this one particular time, he finally did catch her because she did one of her moves, or they was talking to each other. She dropped their location or whatever. Again, allegedly, all this shit. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just going off what the fuck I seen in a YouTube video. But she, like I said, dropped her location, doing her little talking shit, and this nigga finally allegedly pulled up, shot her, and then went on about his business. Got back on Twitter, talked about his shit again. Crazy shit about this, and this gonna be the last thing I say about this. This is to let y'all know how wild this nigga was. So the nigga shoots or whatever, gets away with it apparently, some fucking how. There's some news crew or TV station or something that's doing a documentary on like gang life and gang activity in the city of Chicago, right? So they get to talk. I want to say it was specifically about women in gangs. Is what I believe what the dude said. But whatever the case may be, the news crew or whoever is doing the documentary, they come again to Chicago, and they're interviewing people who know women in gangs, and they were specifically talking to her friends and family. This evil ass nigga meets up with the people in the documentary and is talking about the girl that he killed a couple weeks or maybe months ago in this documentary that they filming, saying how him and her was so close, they was best friends. He was so sad when she got killed and all this shit. With a straight fucking face, Mike. This nigga is looking in the camera like I am right now. Just like, yeah, that was my best friend. I miss her. She was, you know what I'm saying, the closest thing to me. We was thick as thin and thieves, whatever the fucking saying is. Like, a whole time, of course, these white motherfuckers that came and doing this fucking documentary, they don't know shit about shit in the hood or whatnot. And they interviewing this nigga. He's the nigga that allegedly killed her and sitting there talking about he was her best friend and shit. Like, bruh, that's the type of nigga this shit was doing, bruh. And I'm not gonna spoil the shit in case you want to watch it for yourself. But when I tell you this nigga was on some wild shit. I done only said 3-4 things. That ain't nothing to this shit. The whole documentary starts out with was he the first serial killer in hip hop? This nigga was attached to 17 murders, my nigga. I want to say it was, from what the guy said in the documentary, the guy who was doing the documentary, what he said was, I want to say it was like 10 or 11 of them that he had done himself. Like, he had pulled the trigger himself, and it was the other 5 or 6, or the other 6 or 7, my fault. The other 6 or 7, cause it was 17, I want to say. Yeah, so 10 or 11 of them he had done himself, and then the other 5 or 6 or 6 or 7, whatever the quick math on this shit is, the other ones he had paid somebody to do, or somebody had done for him type shit, and then he eventually paid him back later. Allegedly, again, I don't know shit about shit, but this little nigga was wildin', allegedly. This little nigga was fucking different, dog. Like, and then and this will be the last thing, and I definitely move on after this, but it was is certain shit that he was, when he got to after, because at a certain point he was no longer, because of course he went on to become a rapper and whatnot, so of course anything that happened later on, he was more so just paying for and orchestrating it type shit. But he would get to, in his especially in his early songs, he was telling everything, dog. He was telling conversation he was having, how to set up shit. He was telling where motherfuckers was gonna be at when they got hit, and then they end up getting shot in that exact location type shit. Like, some nut shit, dog. That shit really made me reevaluate my opinion on them using these artists' lyrics in court. Because if you gonna lay some shit out like that, you got that right. Use all this nigga's words in court. Because motherfuckers like that need to get rounded up off the goddamn street, bro. Because this little motherfucker was something fucking different, bro. This little nigga was something very, very different, my nigga. It was to the point where he was referring to himself as a demon. He would openly and proudly refer to himself as a demon. Dog, it sounds like some nut shit, some wild shit, but if you watch even just the first 15, 20 minutes of this documentary, you'll believe everything that I've said because, boy, just that nigga was fucking wild. That nigga was fucking wild. But, yeah, again, that's the King Von. Again, you just go on YouTube and type in King Von documentary. Like I said, it should be the first one to pop up. Right now, it's got 3.7 million views. So, again, it's going to be the first one that pops up because it's the most popular one right now. But let's see. Moving on from that. And this will be the last thing. So I know I think I talked about this, but Jonathan Majors, the Jonathan Majors situation. So about a month or so ago, Jonathan Majors, who is a up and coming star, because I can't remember if I talked about this or not, but Jonathan Majors, who's an up and coming star in Hollywood right now. Most recently he played in Creed 3, and he also played in the new Ant-Man movie. So if you've seen Creed 3, he is the guy who Creed fought, of course, in Creed 3. And then in Ant-Man, he is, what's his name, Kane? Yeah, he's Kane in Ant-Man. So he has especially when it comes to the Marvel shit, he has a pivotal role in Marvel because this whole what they call it, not sagas, but stage or whatever in Marvel. Kane this is basically the Kane saga or stage, or what the fuck they call them shit. I can't think of what the fuck they call them shits right now, but Kane is basically gonna be the plot of all the Marvel movies that come out for the next probably 3-4 years or so. So like I was saying, about a month ago, Jonathan Majors was in the news because an altercation happened between him and his girlfriend. I'm not sure what the status of their relationship actually is, but something happened between him and his girlfriend. Allegedly, it got violent. He was arrested and charged with, I can't think of what the charges were right now, but he has since been let out on bond or whatever the fuck. And I'm just going off the top of the head with this shit. To my knowledge, I want to say reports came out that she dropped the charges or didn't want to pursue the charges, but because of where they was at, I believe there was in either New York or New Jersey. They decided to, I believe, pursue the charges anyway, and in whatever capacity that they have the power to. So, yeah, that happened. Like I said, that was about a month or so ago at this point. And since then, it's been kind of quiet. It's been not kind of quiet. The shit kind of disappeared. It kind of popped up for maybe 3 or 4 days, and then Mickey Mouse and the Goof Troop stepped on all this shit, stepped on all the noise that shit was creating. And you kind of didn't hear about this shit. Like I said, it was maybe a week after it happened, you kind of heard about it, but after that, shit was extremely quiet. So over the last couple of days or so, reports came out that Jonathan Majors' team has basically severed ties and parted ways with him. There are, again, I don't know, none of this shit is really confirmed from a legitimate source or anything like that, but so there are conflicting stories saying that he parted ways with his team. There are also other stories saying that his team parted ways with him. Now, the whole thing behind that is there are speculations that if his team was to, either way that it happened, to be honest with you, but there are speculations that something happened to the point where it's almost one of them things, it's looking like anyway, it's one of them things that you can't recover from type shit, because there's also rumors that there was some type of video of the shit that happened, because it's different stories. It's it's different stories of the incident that happened tonight also. So there's one story that says it was in the back of like a cab or Uber or something. There's another story I seen that they said that they was actually at a house and a neighbor called. Then there was another story that said that Jonathan Majors called himself. Then I seen another story that said that the girlfriend or whomever, whatever relationship she is to him, she called herself. So I don't know what the fuck happened. The only thing right now that I think we know that's for a fact is he got arrested for some sort of domestic violence thing, some sort of domestic violence charge. So yeah, that's basically where we sit at today as far as facts. That he was arrested for something to do with domestic violence. Other than that, everything else is just internet rumors, speculations, and whatnot. But again, going back to his team dropping him or him and his team parting ways. So apparently or allegedly, the story is that, again, there's a video somewhere out there, and it's rumors that the team, whether it be, because I want to say it was his manager and his PR, which is his public relations, they're the ones who parted ways with him. So it's kind of looking like, or it's kind of feeling like that there's something in that video or other evidence along with that video that's, again, looking like this is some shit that you ain't finna be able to bounce back from. There's also been reports that Marvel is looking to recast the character Kane in the up-and-coming movies and whatnot that he's supposed to be in. Because, again, the character Kane is supposed to play the character Kane is basically supposed to be this saga Thanos, to make a long story short, for anybody who's any type of familiar with Marvel and what they got going on and whatnot. So Kane is supposed to be the new Thanos. He's supposed to be the big threat, the big boss, the big boss level enemy that they gotta figure out how to deal with and overcome and whatnot. So he definitely has a huge stakehold in the Marvel franchise right now, and for him to do whatever he's allegedly done and whatever information his team is supposedly privy to right now, shit looking bad, bruh. So I don't know. Again, all this shit is speculative and rumors and allegedly and all this shit, but it's looking ugly for the man. It's really looking bad for the man. But of course, you know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. You're supposed to be anyway, but we all know this shit is bullshit. So I don't know. I guess we gonna see. We gonna see what comes of this shit. But you know, prayers to everybody involved. That's all I really got to say on that. But let me see. Other than that, I ain't really got a whole lot to talk about. Oh, real quick, let me talk about the shows that's out. So of course, Snowfall and Power. Really, the only thing I gotta catch up on Bel Air, because I have not watched Bel Air at all. I might have seen maybe one episode of this shit, and I ain't seen nothing. I ain't even seen nobody advertising this shit, because I know what the first. This is the second season of Bel Air. So when the first season of Bel Air was on, it was everywhere, bruh. Like, this shit was everywhere. You couldn't get away from that shit. From the ads and just, you know, clips of it and whatnot all over the place, especially on like TikTok and shit like that. But I ain't been seeing much of nothing about it this season. I don't know if that means the budget done ran out for that shit, or if the shit ain't that good, but I haven't seen nothing about it. The only thing that I have seen about it is I seen Tatiana Ali, which is, of course, she played Ashley in the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She was the new Ashley's teacher, and I think she eventually gets fired. Other than that, I don't know shit about nothing that's going on this season at all. Like I said, I watched maybe one or two episodes. I don't remember shit that happened in them. But anyway, back to Snowfall. Snowfall and then Power. So let's see. Snowfall, it's on the last season, And this week is gonna be the last episode, so it's gonna be the season finale, which is also gonna be the show finale. And I think what's today? Wednesday. So I think it comes on tonight. I think it come on tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Come on the app anyway. Y'all know I be watching shit off the app, so I don't see nothing when it actually airs anyway. But I think it come on tonight. Let me see what they left off at. And honestly, I don't even see where they going with this shit now, because where they left off at last episode, to me, it should have been the season finale, because now the mama dog Franklin's mama killed Teddy right before this nigga gave the lady on the phone the code so Franklin could get at least half his money back. Dog, I'd have been fucking sick, my nigga. Do you hear me? I'm talking about all this nigga had to do was tell the lady on the phone the password real quick, and he would have had $37 million and been good. But his mama, with her fucking high-head ass, want to shoot this nigga because Teddy lied about Alton being alive. And he did that shit so cold, dog. He did that shit so cold. He was like, what the fuck he say? He said, are you kidding me? He's like, are you shitting me? I was fucking lying. I shot him in the head twice and burned his body. I said, God, you ain't have to tell her like that, bro. I knew she was going to, once he said this shit like that, I knew she was going to kill him. I didn't think she was going to kill him before they got the money, though. Dog, I'd have been fucking hot. She killed this nigga, smoked this nigga in broad fucking daylight, and then just stood there, got on her knees with the gun in her hand and waited for the police to come. My nigga, let me tell you this. If that had been my mama, I'd have been hot. We not finna have to wait for no goddamn cops to show up. You finna have your death sentence right now. You mean to tell me you couldn't wait 3 seconds to shoot this nigga so we could get the money? You could still kill this nigga, but you couldn't wait 3 seconds for us to get this money and then shoot this nigga and then take the fuck off? Like, we still had time to get away. We had done this shit right. But you want to be a guy because you mad because a nigga lied to you and because old boy is dead already. We been knew this nigga was dead. You the only one on this fucking show and in the fucking world that's kind of trying to hold on to any hope that this nigga's alive after everybody in the fucking world is telling you, no, Mama St. Patrick, this nigga is dead. This nigga has been dead for like 3 seasons now. Fuck are we doing here, dog? What the fuck is we really doing here, my nigga? Oh, that shit had me tight. Cause this nigga Franklin done went through all the shit that he done went through just in the last 24 hours and shit. And it come down to a few seconds that you couldn't wait before you pop this nigga. Oh no, we gotta fight. Fuck these cops. Before these cops get here and arrest your ass, we gotta box it out real quick. Cause ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell, fam. Oh, but let me see. Other than that, though, everything else is fucking wrapped up that I can think of. Because, all right, let me see. Let's go through everybody. So, where it stands right now, Louis is on the run from the feds because the feds kicked in towards the end of the last episode. The feds came and kicked in Louis' door. So Louis is on the run to her safe house to get her go bag, basically, to get the fuck out of town. So she's gone. She's on the run. She's not a factor no more. Oso is in Mexico, finna link up with his girlfriend, baby mama, whoever the fuck, and their kids. They out of here. Teddy is dead. The KGB dude, the KGB guy that Franklin also had locked up in the little warehouse or whatever, he has nothing to do with anything anymore. Because the only thing he wanted Teddy to be arrested. Teddy's fucking dead, so he ain't got no use in that no more. He was mainly working with Franklin's mama. She's in jail now for killing a CIA agent, so she's no fucking good to anything no more. The other CIA agent that Teddy was working with, he's fucking in the wind by now. let me see. The KGB dude, he didn't want nothing. He didn't want to arrest Franklin. He was also working with Franklin, kinda, or or trying to get Franklin to work with him. So he didn't really give a fuck about Franklin or getting Franklin arrested. And then, let's see, Franklin's mama's going to jail. I just said that. Oso is Mexico. Jerome is dead. Teddy's dead. Who the fuck else is left? Only motherfuckers left that's not on the run or gone. The only motherfuckers that's still in fucking California is Franklin, his wife, then Leon and Wanda. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I think now that everything is over, I think Leon and Wanda gonna do one or two things. I think because Wanda don't even want to be in LA no more. She want to be in fucking Africa. She want to go back to Africa. So I can see them going back to Africa. But I can also see Leon finding somebody else and getting a new plug, because he's still running the project right now. So all he need is another plug to get his shit back going. But I don't know. I just don't know what the fuck else can happen, because again, they done tied up everything, and the only motherfuckers that's left really. Yeah, that's really the only way I see shit going, because I feel like Franklin. I don't know what the fuck Franklin finna do, because I feel like he gonna let the KGB dude go, and that ain't gonna be no type of beef, because what the fuck we got the beef over? Teddy dead, my mom in jail. What the fuck? We ain't, nigga, go your way, I go my way. Sorry. Like, you done put me through some shit. I had you tied up for a day and a half. My nigga, we can get over this shit. So, if Leon, let me see, I don't know, Leon and Franklin might go back in business some kind of way. They might try and get a plug together and get some shit off real quick and then just go their separate ways. But there was also, and I don't know how true it is, there was also an internet rumor saying that Wanda was going to hit her own spinoff, which I don't fucking know what the fuck she's going to do. Something what, because I don't, yeah, cause if her getting that spinoff is actually some truth behind that, if Wanda getting the spinoff is actually true, I don't see them doing nothing with them being in Africa. So that means it's going to have to be something in LA. So something's gonna have to happen to where Leon gets another plug or something. Because if it's gonna be a Wanda spinoff, I feel like Franklin not gonna be a part of that at all. So is they gonna kill Franklin off? I don't see them killing Franklin off, because if you don't know, the Snowfall is about Freeway Ricky Ross, and he's still alive right now. But that don't necessarily mean that they gotta actually follow that. They could still kill him off and, just make their own shit up about it. But if they give Wanda a spinoff, I don't see Franklin having anything to do with it. So they would almost have to kill Franklin off, or at least make up something where this nigga is gone to fucking Brazil or somewhere with his wife. That might be what happened. They might. Franklin and his wife might take off with his wife's mama, because she got hella connections and whatnot. So they might fuck around and be out of the country somewhere. But they're still gonna leave Leon and Wanda in LA. So yeah, it's gonna something gonna have to happen to where Leon find another plug or something. That's about the only way I see this shit going down. But we gonna see. I'll probably be able to watch this shit as soon as I get done recording. So that's my prediction right now. I feel like Leon gonna find another plug. They're gonna either kill Franklin off, or he's gonna, like I said, go off with his wife's mama and just disappear or whatever. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out, because they could have ended this shit the last episode, and I'd have been good, bro. Because like I said, it was to the point where either Franklin or Teddy was gonna have to die, and now Teddy's dead. So, hey, ain't really shit else. But let's see. Moving on to Power. Let's see the last episode of Power with Tariq and them. These motherfuckers, these niggas can't even go on a class field trip without this motherfucker Noma making them do some type of side mission, some type of impossible side mission. So they fucking go to, where was it, London or somewhere, London, wherever the fuck they was at, and they had to get some type of listening device out of Noma's ex-husband's office or whatever. Braden ended up getting caught. Of course, this little nigga is. I hate that people trying to give him a comparison to Tommy so much, because this nigga is nowhere near what Tommy was for Ghost. Like, this little scary ass, rich ass white boy, his spoiled ass can't do nothing right, bruh. This mother, he gets kidnapped. They take him into the back, beat the shit out of him. Damn near hold him hostage while they Tariq and them was finna leave for the country. They had to go and get this motherfucker at the crack of dawn. They had to go make a deal to get this motherfucker free. And then Noma ends up killing her ex-husband or whatever. Then come to find out that her ex-husband is also they have a son, or they have a daughter together. Which I seen a lot of people speculating online that the daughter is gonna be Effie. I don't know, cause I've seen the daughter. I've seen some people say the daughter's gonna be Effie, but I've also seen, and this is the one I believe in, I think the girl Kiki, Braden's girlfriend that works at his father's office or whatever, I think that's gonna be who Noma's daughter is. But at the same time, I can also see it being Effie too, because there's this whole thing about the guy, Noma's right hand man or whatever. I can't think of his name right now. Him not being able to find out any type of information about who Effie was, and him calling her an orphan. So that might be, actually, now that I think about it, that kind of makes more sense than it being Kiki, because I can see them playing that shit up to where Noma was kind of trying to keep that shit hidden. But that was also motherfuckers trying to say that Noma, because I want to say Noma and what the fuck is his name? What was the snitch's name? Noma and what the fuck was his name? The guy that got killed, Dante. It's also people saying that Noma and Dante is gonna end up being Effie's parents. So I don't fucking know. This shit is kind of a loop right now, but I definitely have a strong feeling that it's gonna have to be one of them two. It's either gonna be Effie or it's gonna be Kiki. And right now, after sitting there thinking about it, after sitting there thinking about it, I'm gonna still say it's Kiki. I'm gonna still say it's gonna be Kiki. That Kiki is gonna be Noma's daughter, just because. Number one, it's the whole thing about Kiki seeing Braden seeing the transaction on the app that they had set up for Braden on Braden's phone, when he just randomly dropped his fucking phone and didn't know nothing about it. I don't understand that shit at all. These niggas make millions of dollars off this fucking phone. He just dropped this shit and kept fucking walking. Like, all right, my nigga, that shit was that was some lazy ass writing, bro. But I feel like that's definitely gonna be a sign of Kiki is now finna start questioning Braden, like, what the fuck is going on with this? And then they gonna end up getting close. Braden probably gonna open his fucking mouth and tell her everything that him and Tariq got going on. And now she's finna be Noma's daughter, so now she's gonna be wrapped up in it. And it's gonna be a whole thing of having to save Braden finally gonna have to catch a body by saving Noma, by saving Kiki in some kind of way, because Noma's gonna. But then also, I wonder if Noma knows who and where her daughter is. That's gonna be very interesting too. But I can see Kiki being Noma and old boy's daughter, the one that she just killed in London or wherever. And then I can also see Effie being Noma's daughter with Dante, like everybody is saying, because Dante was in protective custody with the feds, so they can definitely make anything connecting Effie and Dante together disappear, and like that shit has never existed. So I can definitely see both of those. And actually, I think that's what I'm rolling with. I think I'm gonna say that Noma has 2 daughters, both of them Kiki and Effie, and Effie is with Dante, and Kiki is with the white man that they just killed. But overall, this both of these shows has been very interesting so far. I'm ready to see the final final episode of Snowfall in just a few minutes. I wonder if that shit is up now. Cause if that shit is up now, I'm finna get the fuck off of here and see what the fuck is going on. If this shit'll fucking load, of course not. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where both of them go. Yeah, it's not up yet. God damn it, bro. I was looking forward to this shit. Upcoming. It airs 4/19. Nigga, that was last night. It probably be up on the stream and shit tomorrow afternoon sometime. So yeah, I can already see they got a picture of like Leon in Africa somewhere. So fuck yeah, I gotta see where they going with this shit. But yeah, that's why I'm at with both of these shows. So but shit, I'm at an hour and 35. Yeah, this is gonna be it. This gonna be that's gonna be all. The rest of this shit ain't really nothing. It's been another episode of the Just Alex Show. I've been your host, Just Alex. As always, thank you for listening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, DM, cuss me out, however the fuck you feel. You can always find me on all social media at JustAlex336 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Facebook is Alex from the Pod. And also, as always, you can find me on the Let's Find Out radio app. It's free in whatever app store that you use. Make sure you go download that, listen in and subscribe. And outside of that, I believe that's gonna be it. We out.